Episode 5, Xiao Lin and Yi Bingshang's Big Wedding. Tantai realizes that he can gain the power of monsters, and he plans to change his life. At this time Yi Shiwu came to visit Tantai. Tantai wanted to use Li Susu to test his own strength, but when he saw the wound on Yi Shiwu's palm, he remembered that in the dream Yi Shiwu took away the dagger that he committed suicide, then gave up the idea of killing her. In order to make Tantai no longer want to commit suicide as in a dream, Yi Shiwu planned to show affection and reason to him. Pang Izhi saw Xiao Lin's mind and knew that he was in love with Yi Bingshang, but if he married the daughter of General Yi, who held the military power in his capacity as the 6th Highness Xiao Lin, he would probably attract a lot of suspicion. At this time Yi Bingshang woke up. Xiao Lin hurried to visit. Yi Bingshang experienced the catastrophe of the dream monster, and told Xiao Lin's heart, but Xiao Lin also responded that he liked Yi Bingshang, and promised to give Yi Bingshang. Bingshang has an upright name. In order to make Tantai happy, Yi Shiwu brought Tantai to visit Yi Bingshang. At this time, Xiao Lin happened to meet the two of them. Xiao Lin invited Yi Shiwu to talk alone. Having recognized his feelings for Yi Bingshang, Yi intends to ask His Majesty for a marriage, and also hopes that Yi Shiwu can recognize the reality. Yi Shiwu, who was already Li Susu at this time, couldn't explain the past of falling in love with Xiao Lin, so he could only promise that the two of them would be innocent and have nothing to do with each other in the future. Xiao Lin also told Yi Shiwu that Tantai is the proton of Jinghua, and his life is related to the state of the country. If something happens, it will give Jinghua an excuse to send troops to attack Shang, and it will also be a disaster for the Yi family and a catastrophe for the people. Yi Shiwu promised that she would take good care of Tantai, which made Tantai misunderstand Yi Shiwu when she learned of the conversation between the two, thinking that she was kind to her only to protect the Yi family, and also realized that Xiao Lin took care of herself since she was a child. For Shenghua, Yi Shiwu also confessed her hatred for Tantai to Xiao Lin. Although she hoped that Tantai had never existed in this world, she would not let him die, but she would not treat him sincerely either. Good. Tantai, who heard Yi Shiwu's truth, saw Yi Shiwu's hypocrisy, and thought that Yi Shiwu was no different from others. Xiao Lin confessed to King Sheng that he liked Yi Bingshang, and hoped that King Sheng would give them a marriage. He also said that liking Yi Bingshang was unreasonable and arbitrary, but King Sheng agreed to consider the matter, and did not refuse it outright. Shortly thereafter, Yi Bingshang was bestowed on Xuanqing King Xiao Lin as his side concubine. Although King Sheng bestowed a marriage on the two of them, he was still afraid of the Yi family's military power, so he made Yi Bingshang a side concubine. Because Yi Bingshang was married as a side concubine, she felt sad. She didn't understand that she had studied poetry and books and acted carefully for so many years, but she was still defeated by the difference between her concubine and concubine. She vowed in her heart that she would become Xiao Lin's concubine. Xiao Lin knew that Yi Bingshang must be wronged when he received the imperial edict of marriage. He came to Yi Mansion to comfort Yi Bingshang. He understood Bingshang's thoughts and situation, and promised to leave the position of wife to Yi Bingshang. I will give Yi Bingshang a wedding that is not inferior to the gift of a regular wife. The day of Xiao Lin's wedding is approaching, and Tantai, who attended the banquet, intends to take the opportunity to take revenge on his enemies who bullied him since he was a child, including not only Yi Ziyu, His Royal Highness Xiao Liang and others, but also Yi Shiwu. Xiao Liang rushed to the banquet, and when he met Tantai, he insulted him with insults. In order to prevent Tantai from getting mad, Yi Shiwu had to take the initiative to scold Xiao Liang back, and told Tantai not to be as familiar as Xiao Liang, a despicable villain. The head of the Xiaoyao sect asked Pang Izhi to give Xiao Lin the Xinlin Lin as a wedding gift, which is the scales on the chest of the Jiaolong clan, which can resist evil spirits when worn on the body. The auspicious time has come. Xiao Lin and Yi Bingshang hold a wedding ceremony, while Tantai casts a spell at the same time to order the blood crow to attack the person who wants to kill. Soon soon the powerful children who had bullied Tantai Jin were attacked and injured by the Blood Crow. Xiao Lin escorted Yi Bingshang to the side hall, left Hu Xinlin as her bodyguard, and went out to protect the guests who came to the banquet. Yi Shiwu rescued her elder brother Yi Zhayu with a spell and asked her father to take them away, while she went back to the mansion to look for Tantai Jin. Yi Shiwu found Tantai Jin in the courtyard, took the sword to drive away the blood crows for him, which made Tantai Jin. He misunderstood that Yi Shiwu was going to kill him, but seeing Yi Shiwu standing in front of him to block the blood crow's attack in the blink of an eye made him even more disturbed. Tantai Jin didn't understand why Yi Shiwu, who kept hating herself, would risk her life to save herself. Tantai Jin found that the power obtained by devouring monsters would be exhausted. He thought that if he could practice like Xiao Lin, he might not need to rely on devouring monsters to maintain his strength. Tantai Jin asked Yi Shiwu if she returned to the palace to save herself. Yi Shiwu couldn't explain the real reason, so she had to lie that she liked Tantai Jin. After all, saving her husband is justified. Tantai Jin didn't know what he liked, but he wasn't interested either. Instead, he asked Yi Shiwu to teach him how to draw spells. The two reached an agreement. Yi Shiwu taught Tantai Jin how to draw talismans, and Tantai Jin wanted to live well.